Growing up, I definitely focused a lot of my language speaking skills at home and at school, but particularly my grandparents' house. Every time I was over, my grandparents would take simple things like cooking arroz and frijoles to learning Spanish language. So at least for me, it's not something that was learned particularly in a classroom setting. It was something that was constantly being taught. The moment I think of speaking English and Spanish, I immediately start thinking of what it means to speak Spanish and who I learned speaking Spanish from. And immediately I kind of make that correlation with my grandparents' migration story over to America. Specifically, just the sacrifices that they had to make so that they could live a prosperous life in Cuba, but then turn it down so that they could escape communism and live in America, where their family could be safe. When I think about my identity, I immediately dig deep into my family's roots because, at least for me, like, family's everything. We're super united. So immediately I start to think about what it took to get to where I am today and the sacrifices that had to be made so that I can live the life that I now live. How that pertains to me is something that I carry with me throughout everything that I do. Gender roles, at least for me, I learned gender roles within the family from my grandparents, but also my regular parents. My grandma was always the type to cook and clean while my grandfather was at work, and then I learned that from my mom as well. But my mom worked a regular job for like most of her life. She's been working a regular job just like my dad, so that they're equal providers. But they also taught me that within the house I have certain responsibilities. So there's responsibilities I've learned from them and that I continue to carry with me. But specifically when it comes to church and music, I do realize a different side of myself comes out when there's Latin music playing compared to regular American music. And then as it pertains to church is like everything in my family. So my grandparents were ushers at our parish, and basically there's a lot of Hispanics that go to my parish. So just knowing the language and just having a deeper appreciation for my grandparents helped me appreciate the people that were surrounded, or that I was surrounded by when I would attend mass. I don't really have an accent because I was born here in America. My mom was also born in America, but my dad was born in Cuba. All of my grandparents are from Cuba. So I guess you could say I'm sort of a gringa, but I've been told outside of Florida, when I go on like vacations or whatever, people are like, oh, you have a Miami accent. To be honest, I don't hear it, but I've been told that a few times. Within my day-to-day life, I do use certain sorts of jargon. It's a mix between English, Spanish, and Spanglish, but I definitely see the influence there.